Here we are on the main menu of College Football 25, loading in the road to glory. So first, you have your settings, and you see down a little further wear and tear. One of the features presented in Campus IQ, you're able to turn that on or off. You're going to see how that plays a factor later on in the video. Custom conferences, you're able to switch teams in and out of any conference to shake things up. Then it says choose your journey. We're gonna have an underdog, contributor, blue chip, or elite. Now you see underneath, they have the mental abilities and they have the skill points that you're gonna start off with depending on which one of these pathways you choose. Now I'm thinking about going elite. I wanna have the highest possible attributes when I start off, because I have a feeling it's going to be kind of tough out here. Then you have to pick your position and archetype. So for example, we're going to click on halfback, and you see there's power, elusive, and receiving, and each one has different ratings and stats that you start off with, along with those physical abilities off to the side. So feel free to pause this and get a look at each one of these archetypes along with every position so you can get an idea of what you want to do once you hop on this game. Alright, middle linebacker looking pretty good, but you know me! I am focused on being a cornerback here on College Football 25. So they have slot, man-to-man, and zone. So after thinking about it and checking out the abilities for each one for a couple of minutes, I ultimately decided to go with man-to-man corner. So then we are actually going to create our player. Now, you know I'm going with London Bridges II, and I was checking to see if they have the current place that I live. They do have Noblesville, Indiana, so kind of crazy, dude. I saw all kinds of cities, but ultimately, I'm going with Greensboro, North Kakalaki. But then it's time to actually choose the appearance of the player that you are creating. So they start you off with a head template, and you can choose one of these and go through and customize it to your liking. Now I'm gonna fast forward through some of this so we don't spend too much time on just the creation. But you see you can go through the skin tone, the eye shape, the nose, the ears, the mouth, all of that good stuff to try to get your player to look the way that you want. And as far as the hairstyles, you know I'm gonna come out and rock me some dreads, bruh. Added a little bit of facial hair, and then we are off to the accessories. Of course, you know you want to start off with your helmet. They have the different face masks, visors, mouthpieces. Now, they didn't have the hanging mouthpieces, unfortunately. I know that's something that we wanted on this game. Now, jersey style, you can have the abs showing if you want to. But now when you go over the undershirt, you can throw on a hoodie if you want to. So if you're playing in a cold place, you might want to come over here and throw on a hoodie to look more fashionable or be ready for that cold weather. You know what I'm saying? Now, jersey style, the thing is you can't really wear the hoodie with the regular jersey style, so you have to have it like rolled up. They do have the back plate, and you see how it looks when you don't have your jersey rolled up compared to when you do. You're actually able to see the back plate popping out when you switch up your jersey style. But as we keep on going, you can change your shoulder pad size. You know we want to go with small. They have the neck pads, the flak jackets, and we already talked about the undershirts. But as you keep on going, then you have your arm accessories. You can pick the gloves that you want to wear out there. And then we're going to go down to the lower body. You can actually have this base layer, and now it looks like you can wear tights. And we can pick the pants that are above the knee. So that's a huge addition here for College Football 25. You want to be able to wear those pants that are above the knee. And like I said before, they have those tights as you see. Now, as far as the towel, you can move that around to like 8 different positions. And you see it's not morphing through the t-shirt that I have on. So that's a great thing. I feel like pretty much any position of the towel looks pretty dope. On to the hand warmer. If you want to wear one of those, you can put it in the front or the back, and it looks like it is not going to interfere with the towel or the relaxed t-shirt that I have on, right? So moving on to the knees and the thighs, you can take the pads off now because you know we a tough guy. We ain't got to be wearing them pads and we feel like it's slowing us down out there on the field. So I am going to take off the thigh pads and the knee pads. Then for the left knee and right knee, of course, you know you can rock those braces if you need to. And as far as the cleats, they give you quite a few to choose from to start off with to make your player look pretty swagged out here before we even sign with a college. And the socks, you can take those off or make them long if you choose to. So here we are moving on to the next step. Since we ended up choosing to start off as an elite player, we have to equip one more mental ability. So you see it starts us off with fan favorite, road dog, and clear-headed. But when I was looking at these, I was thinking about choosing team player because it says improved ability to play out of position. So I don't know if that's going to come into effect here on Road to Glory, but the concept sounds pretty dope. So review your profile. This is what we came up with. Man-to-man corner, London Bridges II. We are loading that thing up, and right away, we are getting a text message. This is how we are going to determine what school we end up going to, because you know we do not have the high school gameplay on College Football 25, unfortunately. So we have to go through and answer these questions to decide where we're going to play. So competing for a national championship was my first answer. Seeing the field as a freshman, we want to get as much playing time as possible. Coaching staff and experience, definitely something that I'm interested in. So now they are going to give me the list of schools for signing day, and we're able to choose any one of these. Now keep in mind it has your projected role, it has the school fit based on the questions that you answered, NIL opportunities, the depth chart down at the bottom, so you're able to see everything that you need to know. I will mention, don't let the projected role deter you from picking a certain team, because when you're into position battles and all that good stuff, you are able to make your way up the depth chart pretty quickly. So keep that in mind when you're choosing a school. I would pay attention to the NIL opportunities. You see a school like Nebraska, it says high opportunity for NIL. That was something that I was thinking about when I was choosing one of these schools. And they didn't have me that far down the depth chart. But like I said before, don't let that be the ultimate decision, because if you really want to go to a school, you'll be able to crack that starting lineup pretty quickly. So it took me probably, I want to say like an hour to try to decide what school I wanted to go to.
2 hours later.
But ultimately, I wanted to be in the Big Ten or the SEC. And I've always had a little bit of love for LSU, so I am going to decide to go to the LSU Tigers, even though it says I am going to be down low on the depth chart. We're going to have to make our way up, but we have committed to the LSU Tigers.